Hi there. I just came on quickly. I'm going to make a couple of little videos. The first one I want to make is the dream that I had the night of the election. Went to bed around 1:30 in the morning, super exhausted, and I saw what looked like a bed, like kind of like in this direction with a headboard and footboard, and there was a little light, like there was a nightlight happening, and then there was a light that started to glow over the head of this, what was a person. You saw their head in the big blanket pile, but I couldn't make out if they were adults or children or what. And then, as that light got brighter and brighter, I saw other beds that were at strange angles. They weren't all lined up like beds. They were just here, there, and wherever. And the light that was over that first person got brighter and brighter and really bright. And so I opened my eyes and reached over to turn my light off, thinking maybe I left the light on, and it was pitch black in my room. So I closed my eyes again, and I saw more beds, and I saw the lights on each over these people. So something in me says people are about ready to start waking up to what's going on. I know that I was really, really tired, but I also know that it wasn't a dream because I was awake enough to be active in trying to turn off a light or whatever. Anyway, so that was kind of crazy. And then I had another dream where I saw, that was like 3 days later, I had a dream where I saw like a big table, and it was surrounded by people with a giant computer screen in front of them. There were a bunch of men, and I looked down under the table, and I saw black suit pants that had the stripe down the side like they were military, and shiny leather shoes and just suits and everything. And I saw a fox walk through, and the fox was kind of, it would sort of graze someone's leg and just quietly keep walking, and I thought, okay, maybe they're looking at somebody who's it had to be our military, somebody who's treacherous, somebody who they were looking at this person or investigating, trying to connect to this energy of some sort. And I, of course, assumed that they knew who they were looking at, but I didn't know for sure. And then a few days later, I had the same dream. And as I scooched down and looked under the table again, the fox was still walking around. But I saw somebody from the far end of the table. I just saw legs just get up and just kind of slowly walk over to a door. And I saw the door just close. And so it seems to me that there is some sort of progress made in trapping some fox energy. And then, of course, we just found out that Biden has given Ukraine the A-OK to use United States military bombs on Russia, interior Russia. And this came about after his visit, or even during his visit to the G20. His connections with all the people over there, they're all very nervous. So I wanted to throw that out there for you guys and let you know that I've had a couple of readings since then. Were pretty intense, so I'm going to make a separate video for those, but I just wanted to connect real quick and let you guys know that my energy from that election was just like yours, and it was like a train. It was almost like the Polar Express was coming. You could see it, and then it just went into a tunnel. Just disappeared. So I've been trying to not go down rabbit holes, but I am fully aware, as our military is fully aware, that Russia has interfered in this election. Time will tell if they are able to connect dots and do anything about it to retrieve any kind of proof, because Trump's administration was all based off of we were hacked, it was a fraud and they were stolen, our votes were stolen, but they never had any proof. So the only way we could come out this is to come out this in a way where we say, okay, yes, and here is our proof. We do have the proof. We have these players. And another thing that has been just like sitting right in the forefront of my mind, do you remember when Merrick Garland came out and he announced through the DOJ's investigation that Tenet Media was owned by a couple of people who were in cahoots with Russia, and they were getting money from Russia and backfilling their right-wing media content creators with messaging, pro-Russian messaging, and they were making a ton of money? Right after that happened, I think Tim Pool, who was one of the Tenet Media guys, this is all for entertainment purposes only, okay? So don't come at me. He said he was going to shut down. The word was he's shutting down. He was going to shut down. But then I started getting these advertisements for his show. Like he knew he wasn't shutting down. So Merrick Garland said in that press conference that there were more to come. Tenet Media wasn't the only one. There were more to come. Where are the more? Where did they go? Why aren't we hearing anything? We need to know what's going on. Okay, so thank you, and I'll connect back. Oh, I will do the reading on that fox. I will do the reading on that fox. So I had the question, and it was, is T going to be connected to the fox? T being Trump. Is he going to be connected to the fox? Now, I got the ship, and then I got, so something foreign coming at us, something big, and then I used the Lenormand deck, and I got bear, anchor, fox, man, house. Okay. Now, bear being, it could be China or Russia, it could be both. The anchor was they embedded him. They embedded. And the next one was the fox. That was the fox. So they embedded the fox. Okay. So this fox is there. So who is this fox? I don't know who the fox is. But right next to the fox, what I want to show you is fox and man and how they stand, well, they were placed next to each other. Because it was really, really, really interesting. So I had bear, anchor, fox. Okay. So we had those, started with the ship, foreign interference, came in, right, on behest of the power of these groups, right, and they embedded this fox. And then next to it came the man and the house. Now, if you put the fox back in, he's not looking at that fox. He had his sights on the winning the White House, right? So he didn't care. I kept getting that feeling. And this came out at the end, the letter. So are they going to connect? Yes, they're going to connect it. So I intuited, I don't even know if that's a word, but I hear it used. I intuited that his thing was, I don't care how it happens. I don't care what you do and with who. I want this election. What do I need to sign? What do I need to sign? Where do I need to put who? So if it's Elon Musk, if it's, see, I don't know. I don't know who it is. Nobody knows who it is. So I want to watch this space because I feel like something's coming with this. So and I also want everybody to understand that, I did see the Mark Elias, Brian Tyler Cohen video where Mark Elias said that it was a free and fair election. But let's just remember where his expertise lies. His expertise, when you're an attorney, you can pass the bar for your state exam or multi-state exam, but that's where you get to practice, right? So what he does not have is any kind of security clearance for national security interests. He sure as heck doesn't have any international foreign election interference clearance. He can't have it. He's not qualified for it. He doesn't get it. Wonderful man, but it's kind of up and beyond his scope of work. So relax on that. This is the same stuff that's always come out with the Trump administration. It's all the same stuff. All the same players. I mean, we have that Polymarket kid. I feel like it's a lead into something. And just kind of watch this space. Not to steal Rachel Maddow's line, but we'll just watch it because it's going to come clear to us. And I'm wondering if what happens with Zelensky having the ability to really nail Russia with these weapons, if it's not going to diminish Putin, and if that's the game plan. Also, if we go to war, like if NATO declares this as a war, we're involved. So the players that we have, the thing that I kept seeing and feeling about Congress people being handed indictments, not because of their involvement with Jan 6, but their involvement with Russia, could be a real thing. Because if we declare that we're at war with someone, you can't have all these people working with them. You can't have all these people in back channels with these people and getting money back and forth. You can't do that. So there could be a way to literally legally go in and slap people with legal ramifications for their involvements. So this was quick. It was a lot. I had more, but I kind of feel like as the days go by, it's like in a water wheel, and that falls away, and something new comes in that ties into something else. I do know that Biden is hard at work. He's got people from the G20 connecting with him in desperation, begging to do something, begging for help. So if we get intel from other countries, like a yin and a yang, it's like, we're going to give you intel, but help us out. We're going to say, yeah, we're just going to do the things we need to do. Worst case scenario, Trump gets in and he says, no, I'm reversing our stance in NATO. We're pulling out. We'll cross that bridge if it ever should happen. But right now, I think the best thing we could do is help Ukraine, pray for Ukraine, and let them go to town, because otherwise Trump gets in, NATO's getting involved anyway. So I think Biden's thought is, it's best if we do this and lead it and regulate it and see the end point real quick, instead of Trump coming in, doing it, and then it just scattershotting everywhere and getting a little out of control. So it's almost like a regulated fire. There's a fire, so you put fire around it, and it contains the fire, keeps it from spreading out because it's regulated from the outside, instead of just blasting fire bombs everywhere. So yeah, we're just gonna breathe, right? So I felt a little upset during I felt a lot of upset during the election, and I thought of the name of my channel. It's like, Sage the Scales. How can I sage these scales? These are gonna be so lopsided. How do I even bring the positivity to this? And should I just get off YouTube? Should I? How do you read political pieces if the leader of the country is going to be tarot readings, I'm sure, are not going to be favored in a Christian nationalist society. So I have to see what I'm doing. But for now, I'm going to keep making these, because I don't think until January 20th, I'm keeping my hopes up. That's all I can do. Is I know they're working behind the scenes. Things can change, and I, for the hope of our country, I pray that we can block Trump as much as we can, or prevent him altogether. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I'll pull some cards next time. This time I just really wanted to get this out. And like I said, I tried a couple of times to get this out, and my Wi-Fi died, and then other things happened. So I figured it wasn't time. I wasn't supposed to say anything yet. But, yeah. I can't be one of those people who's just like, oh, we just have to deal with it. Let it go. If we're supposed to have an authoritarian nation, okay, so be it. Go with the flow. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. That is not me. So hold the space. Meet me back here again. And we'll see how things roll out. So stay positive. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.